Yes, in front of you is a presentation by Group D from Makerere University, Jinja campus, and by the names of Chivirige Agathon Kato, here to talk about specifically the problem known as adverse drug reactions, as we can all see. So when we talk of adverse drug reactions, we talk of the side effects people normally face after taking the various medicine. Yes, so basically we talk of the side effect. Let me say a person takes, let me use an example of the common Panadol we know, or let's talk of hydroxyurea. I think hydroxyurea is common for people that have a challenge with sickle cell. Yes, after taking this medicine, a person can maybe get a side effect of maybe a rash on the neck or a random rash all over the body. Yes. Yes. So after this person getting these side effects, what do they do? How do they get help? How do they seek the help after getting this reaction? That is what we want to look at right now. Yes, so we basically have 6 types of drug reactions. It can either be dose related, okay? Now, in particular, since we are in Uganda, our main or primary focus is going to be Uganda. And for Uganda, as a case study, it is the National Drug Authority that oversees the monitoring and the quality control of these drugs taken by patients, okay? Yes, here I've also included a link that can help you do more research on the guidelines, because National Drug Authority has a website where you go and check through the guidelines when you're either accessing medicine, you've taken medicine, okay? But basically it's the National Drug Authority that oversees everything that is to do with medicine in Uganda, okay? Then secondly, in our survey we made as a group, okay, we went forward to look at the reports, various reports that were released by the National Drug Authority, where we can see that it's Kampala, Wakiso, and Masaka that are in the lead when we talk of rates of people that face these violent or severe drug reactions, okay? Yes, so, and we can notice that Kampala is has way wide rates compared to the other regions, okay? And we are trying to ask ourselves, why is it? Why is it that in Kampala, there are various people that counter severe side effects from taking the various medicines, okay? Then secondly, we look at, we also found a report. Basically, this was putting emphasis on the adverse drug reactions that we are trying to compare the various years, okay? We are trying to compare the various years, and we discovered that the rates have been cumulative. It has been increasing, meaning as time goes, this problem increases, okay? And it really caught our attention, and we decided to add a voice to try and tackle this particular problem, okay? Because basically there have been various ways where people can report such cases, okay? Because all these reports kind of give people, try to increase awareness, like they try to alert people that, yeah, this is a problem and we need to handle this problem, that after you getting this problem, you need to come forward so that the National Drug Authority really knows that this particular medicine causes this particular side effect, okay? Now, the mere fact that these effects are cumulative, the rates are cumulative each year, okay? We try to look at the existing tools, okay? Because you cannot just come out of the blue and you try to work on a problem without knowing what has been done so far. And so far, we can see that, the National Drug Authority recently licensed an app, that is a mobile app, where a person can access this app and try to report any sort of side effects where need be, okay? And then secondly, there is a particular online form where a person can maybe access the National Drug Authority site. There is a particular form, as you can see here. This is a sample of that form, where a person can go in details and put in the details of that particular drug where they face a challenge, okay? But you find that all these tools are there, but then people are not aware about them, okay? Very few people are aware on the existence of these particular tools. Why is that? All these surveys, as we've seen, all these, a minute. Okay, so all these surveys, as we've seen, these surveys were basically done around hospitals, big hospitals. For example, you might find that these surveys were only focusing on the cases that were reported in Mulago, Mengo, Chibuli, okay? They were all rotating around people that really come out when they go to these hospitals for help, okay? That is why we as a group put our emphasis on pharmacies, okay? We put our emphasis on pharmacies and drug shops because we believe these are the ones that relate more to the local community, okay? They are easy to access by the local community as compared to the big hospitals, yes? That's why we decided to come up with a system that helps pharmacies manage their inventory, as the primary focus is to help these individuals or victims access or acquire help, okay? Because it is easier for a person to go run to a nearby clinic or a nearby pharmacy rather than looking for a big hospital that in most cases, these hospitals are kind of far away from these local communities, okay? That's why we decided to come up with a system that is primarily for a pharmacy, okay? Whereby if at all a person has attained or acquired a medicine from our pharmacy, okay, they can have they can access a reporting system where they can report a particular drug that has brought side effects, okay? Yes, because we believe this survey or the rates of the ABRs is cumulative simply because when you go back to the local communities, people really face these challenges, but then they are not aware of the reporting existing tools, or they are not able to access. That's why we are trying to make it easier for them using these particular pharmacies and clinics systems. Okay? Now, while making our system, we really try to put into consideration particular questions. Okay, we try to ask ourselves that drug history is very important, the prescription. Before I make a system or before I try to report, yes, I need to know this drug was prescribed for what and when. Okay, yes, and then secondly, we try to see that if at all a person has taken a drug, yes, is this drug really legal? Because National Drug Authority brings out a list of the drugs that have been, or let me say, have been dropped off, okay, or illegal as per se, okay. So we need to make a system where a person can identify that the drug I'm taking is legalized or is not legal as per the directory of the National Drug Authority, okay. And then we also talk of the history, okay. We also look at the history. We also look at the history of this particular patient. We try to find out that what if the problem isn't with the drug, but the history of this particular person, that a person might maybe have genes that kind of coincide with this particular drug or medicine they are taking. Then secondly, we also look at who needs to know that after a person reporting, after a person logging into our system and they have reported that they have faced a challenge with this particular medicine, what happens then? Okay, and this who needs to know, we basically focus on the National Drug Authority. They need to know the kind of medicines that are causing problems to the local community. Okay. Yes, so basically these are some of the questions we looked at. We basically tried to put our focus onto as we were coming up with this system, and allow us to now try to bring unto you the system itself as we take you step by step on how these individuals in our local communities are going to be assisted using our pharmacy system.
Hello, my name is Mkatebo Boniface Joshua, student at Makerere University, Jinja campus. And I'm going to talk about our system, our developed system as Group D. Now, as you can see from here, this is the interface of our system. Like it has to support email, the call number. That's the way you see the system. The working hours, the schedule of the system, personal health, livings, some tips for life. Like choose departments, like doctors, the dates, the names. Basically, this is our system, and it has a small video here. Video describing most of the information in the system. All right. Now, in this system, I'm going to talk about the patient's interface. If I'm to log in as a patient, I come here to patients. From here, you can start logging in as a patient now. I'm Kakembo Boniface Joshua. Joshua. Here I put my password. Then from here, if I log in, bring this interface. Now from here, like you see, add medical records to the selected patient. Now as a patient, I come here and add my name. Like my name, I'm Kakembo still. Boniface. Boniface. Like the consultation date. Now for the consultation date is the day you're recording like your issue. Because our system basically it is tracking like side effects from certain tabs taken by patients. Now if you take a certain tab like the simple one, you have to know if you encounter any problem after taking that tab, you can come here and enter your records and report such issues so that the National Drug Authority takes course out of it to avoid further complications in people's lives. Now from here, the date you can insert the date you record your put your information. Now fourth month and the health treatment description. So now here you give like the reason for the tab you took. For example, you had flu and you're given this tab. Now, after, like for example, if you are in your flu, you encounter other side effects. You record here the reason for the tab. Now you took the tab for flu, to cure flu. Now for any comment, you can insert any comment based on the issue you are encountering. Now here, you click here to choose the list. There is a list for the drugs. Now for me, I choose any drug. The drug we took, which is causing a complication in the patient. Then you submit and here you add to patient records. Thank you so much. I'm Kakembo Boniface Joshua.
Well, I'm Opio Philbert. I'm a student of Makerere University, Jinja campus, also offering Bachelors of Computer Science, as my fellow friends have talked about. So basing on our project, we also thought the idea of having a manager that really manages the stock of the pharmacy. So in this manager page, we can basically log in. Like for me, I can log in as Opio Philbert, and the password, I can put any password of my choice. Then I log in. Here, our manager would be able to capture the supplier's details. He can also get the prescription of the drugs, the expiry dates. So by the time we want to retrieve that information, when we are basically able to get it, like you can input the supplier's name, as said, drug name, quantity received, the purchase date, or also the expiry date. Then basically, I can also talk about our pharmacist or doctor page, whereby in many pharmacies, we shall have consultants that help us to work on severe cases. So for this pharmacist or consultant or doctor, he will come to his page, logs in. Then after logging in, he will check on the patient's name, a consultation date, or he can rather come to choose a patient basing on priority. That's all I had for you. Thank you. Allow me to invite my other colleague to conclude with the presentation. Thanks.
So hello, my name is Batuka Samuel Obre, and I'm going to talk about the conclusion of our presentation, which is basically the technical part of our project. We actually use Django, which is a Python web framework for our projects. And basically, I wouldn't want to go much in details of the installation, but I'm going to talk about the files within our project. So this one is our home page, and to access it, it will be in the apps of our Django project, and this is the app. Then there will be static files, and static files will be like our source of all the files which link to our home page. That can be CSS, images, and everything. And as you can see, you have to include this so that you are able to link to the static file, to the file with our CSS and all these things. And basically, to run the server for our Django project, we will have to come here. As you can see, it's already running, but if you would like to run it again, you simply run Python manage.py run server. And talking more about linking these files, now in NetApp, in our projects, there will be a settings file, and in that settings file, that's where we'll include our application, which would have started here. So we have to include it. Then we can go to the URLs. Here in URLs, we include the path to our app. Yeah, so here we are including the URLs within our app. Now, in our app, we'll basically come to views. We will come to views, and in views, that's where we create the functions to anything we'd like to be done for the website, for the web page. Now here, as you can see, this is the part to our HTML document. Then you will also have to come here to URLs and attach the views function. This is the function, and you have to link it. So basically, that's all we need to do. And the other HTML components like images, you'd have to include this. You have to include this syntax before creating the link. If it was a usual HTML page, it wouldn't need including these brackets and a percentage sign. So yeah, that's basically our project. Thank you. I would like to end this. Thank you very much.